Hey guys, what's going on? We are in the Territory project and it is finally finished. It's been too long and really I've spent way too much money on it. I just kept getting screwed, you know. Take it in for a blue slip and they said, yeah, no worries. Well, we'll get there later on, but for right now, just launch that intro.
Click on Zombie Apocalypse.
Alright, Territory project. It was found on Facebook Marketplace. They wanted $1,500 for it. I said, yeah, no. I wasn't really interested in wanting to buy a Territory. I had some pretty well horror stories about them and how they hard to fix and whatnot, but found this Territory on Facebook Marketplace. A couple of friends tagged me in it, said you should go buy this, you know, put it on your YouTube channel, rebuild it. And I wasn't really interested in buying a Territory, but decided to go check it out anyway. So I grab a mate and I go turn up, and all of a sudden it looks decent. It looks like a decent car. It just had a few what I thought would be small problems with it. I looked over it and I got carried away. I just saw cheap project car. They wanted $1,500 for it originally, but nobody wanted it at $1,500. So they brought it down to $800 for me. And that's just like dangling a carrot in front of me, you know. Just like, yeah, cheap car, cheap car, cheap car. And I couldn't help myself, you know. I said, cheap car, why not? Yeah, let's go get this. Why not? And I didn't do all the checks necessary, did I? I took it for a spin. I said, yeah, it's got a clunk when you accelerate, but that's just the CVs. They're just the CVs. It wasn't the CVs, spoiler alert. I found out about the, I heard the clunk, took it for a spin. Nothing seemed majorly wrong, and I just basically jumped right over all the red flags. I skipped everything. I said, cheap car, leather interior, why not, let's buy it. So I made the deal. The only thing was, one of those red flags was it had no battery. I had to supply my own battery to get the thing started. Another red flag was it was completely and utterly out of fuel. I had to go buy myself 20 litres of fuel and a jerry can to put in it to start the thing up. And the thing was so out of fuel that not even 20 litres was enough to get it over the pickup point, because it was parked on a hill. It was actually parked on the steepest part of the hill. So another red flag was I had to use my other car to tow this car off that hill and onto a flat surface where it could get the fuel to start, because it was basically pointed straight down on its nose like that when it was. So 20 litres wasn't going to get there. And I mean, it was pointed straight down. So I towed it out with a Falcon and it started straight up. So that was three red flags right there. I said, no, I should not have bought this. But I pressed on anyway. And another red flag is I made the deal. We went and bought the car. I'm into it for about $1,000 now after battery and fuel and a permit to get it home. I'm into it for about $1,000. So we go and do that. Go to give them a beep as we drive away, and horn's not working. I look at the dash. The dash is lit up like a Christmas tree. I forgot to look at that, didn't I? I got myself, like I said, dangle a cheap car in front of me. It's like a carrot, you know, or a donut to Homer Simpson. You know, I'm gonna have it, and I just ignore things, and I shouldn't. So this is actually a very big lesson for me. That's what I'm going to teach it as. You know, I get it home, and this thing's clunking and grinding away. I'm thinking, yeah, it's just the CV joints. So I park it up. I go order all the parts. That takes about a month to get in. And I put it in for a blue slip. And here's where the fun starts. Put it in for a blue slip. I said, it should pass. It's only got, you know, the CVs need doing. It doesn't have any major mechanical issues. And it should get through. Well, in actual fact, the blue slip was just a cover for me to get it down to the mechanics to get the CVs fixed. I've seen how you do CVs on the territory. It's not fun, so I said, yeah, I ain't doing that. So I took it down there. I got the CVs done, and the boys down at the mechanic shop said, yeah, it's all good, except you just need a whole heap of little things, you know, like bonnet struts needed doing, the battery tie down needed replacing, and I can't remember what else it was, but it was small. It was just the little things. And I asked them, you know, can we put it on a? Yeah, no, I didn't ask them that yet, but yeah, so that's all right. Still had the dash was still lit up like a Christmas tree, but I got the new CVs fitted. And I went to drive off. I gave it a nice hard acceleration, and still it went clunk, 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 clunk as it accelerated up the thing. I said, that's not good. I've got brand new CVs, and she's still going crunk, 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 crunk. Went and grabbed the mechanic. I said, just take it for a quick drive around the parking lot. You don't have to drive it very far, but tell me what it is. Tell me what this is. So he jumped in. He gave it a quick squirt. He says, yeah, mate, that's your front drive shaft. Yeah, that's your front drive shaft is eating itself. Okay. So, in conclusion of getting bonnet struts and battery tie downs and a few other small things I'm forgetting now. I also got them to, next blue slip around, I'll get them to install a front drive shaft. In the meantime, I decided myself to investigate why I have all these lights on the dash and why I don't have any horn or stereo controls. A mate who's auto electrician said, you might want to check your clock spring, mate. Alright, how do I do that? You've got to pull the steering wheel off. Yep, alright, no worries. So instead of checking the clock spring, I ordered a new clock spring. And then when it arrived, I went, tore the whole car apart, took the steering wheel off, took all this stuff off here, and lo and behold, when I pulled the old steering clock spring off, lo and behold, I found out it was just unplugged. Yeah, oh yeah, I bought a brand new clock spring when I didn't have to. So I went and plugged it all back in, and it sorted out. I got my horn back, got my stereo controls back, but I still had ABS light and I still had a traction control light. They didn't worry about that before. What they worry about now? But at least I got a horn and all my stereo controls working again. Found out later that it might have had the entire steering column here replaced because of the fact that BA Falcons and BF Falcons and everything like that have the dreaded ignition crunch. So I dare say this has had the dreaded ignition crunch, and they've just replaced the entire steering column and just plugged in the basics. That's what I think's happened. It doesn't matter now. So I took it back for a second time to a blue slip. This time I'm thinking it should pass. No worries. No, they installed the bonnet struts for me because I couldn't be asked doing that. And they installed all the little things for us. And I said, yeah, it's all good except for you need 2 tyres and rear shocks. Okay. Why couldn't you find that the first time through? Well, the reason why is because it goes through a different mechanic each and every time. I'll go to a major mechanic shop. They've got branches everywhere. So I go there and it goes through someone different every time. So one mechanic might pick up on this, another mechanic might pick up on that. So, but anyway, I didn't mind. So I went and got the 2 new tyres for it that it needed, and I got the rear shockies. So I took it back there for a 3rd time and said, yeah, it's all good, except your brake rotors are a little bit worn. We need to get 4 new brake rotors, and you got to sort out that ABS light. Okay, can you put it on the scanner and see what the ABS light is all about? What's it need? They did that for me. It come back as an ABS pump module. Okay, bugger. All right. So I went and got 4 new rotors. I got slotted rotors all around, and it took me a couple of months to track down the proper ABS. Sorry folks, my GoPro just randomly died for no freaking reason. Anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, I think it was 2 tyres, wasn't it? 2 tyres, 2 shocks, or 4 disc brakes, 4 disc rotors, shocks and tyres. I can't even remember now. This GoPro just randomly decides, no, I'm not going to work, up yours. But I think we are up to, no, we're up to the ABS pump. It took me months to bloody track that down, because you can't just, every model has something different. You can't just use the same ABS module for this, same ABS module for that. It's got to be the exact same matching numbers. It took me months to track one down. But I got it, took it back. I got them to install it, bleed it, and now she's got new shocks, new disc brakes, yeah, new ABS pump module. I thought, surely now it's going to pass. All good, except here we go. You got to replace the front diff bushes. There's a little bit of play in there. I talked to a few people and said, yeah, that's what bushes are meant to do. They're meant to have a little bit of play in there. But like I said, this is from a major mechanic chain. You know, they do a lot of rego slips, and they a lot of people get pulled over by the cops and inspected. So, and then if they get done, then it falls back on the people that did the rego, and they get done. So these guys tend to overreact when it comes to it. I said, and being stupid me, I said, yeah, go ahead and do the diff bushes. I've seen this YouTube channel. It takes him, 2 hours to do the whole lot, so that surely it can't be that expensive. Surely they won't drop the entire thing out and do it via the book. No, surely they'll do it the fastest way, because they're under the pump. No, they did it they dropped the entire subframe out. They did it the long way, the proper way. While it was out, they said we might as well change these engine mounts too, because they're blown to shit. So we might as well change those as well. And oh yes, your lower control arms, they're flogged out as well. Can we have permission for us to change those? Sure, no worries. Well, we got the new diff bushes in, lower control arms in, and new engine mounts in. And before all that took place, I left them a $500 deposit for all the work done. So, yep, that should limit the blow. They should do it. Yeah. After the $500 deposit, the grand total came to $1,287 for all of that work. And guess what? All good, except the ABS light needs to get lost, because the ABS pump did not fix the problem. Okay, right, put it back on the scanner please. Let's find out what that problem is. This is after I paid the bill. Turns out that now the problem had moved to the ABS, to the wheel speed sensors. The problem had moved to the wheel speed sensors. Had one come up as ineffective, so I changed that myself. That's just one bolt and it just clips in there. You can get to it without having to jack the car up. So I did that myself. Took it for a quick drive. And the ABS light came back on because the other one wanted doing as well. So, yay. So I ordered another one, put that in, ABS light went away completely. Beautiful. But now, I was praying, hoping and praying that it'd get past Rajo, because now it's basically a brand new car. It's had all its work done to it, all the bushings replaced. It's still got that clunk on the acceleration, but now at least the dashboard is a dashboard again without being a Christmas tree. So I took it back to the Blue Slip place. I said, yep, all good, except the front brakes need rebuilding. Front brake calipers need rebuilding. They're a bit sticky. Oh boy, okay, no worries. So I was done with those guys now. I decided to take it someplace else. But before that, I decided that, yeah, well, I've done this much work. I might as well go the rest of the distance and actually rebuild the front brakes. So I went and bought another set of calipers from the wreckers, and I bought a rebuild kit. Total about $200 for the rebuild kit, $200 for the calipers. And I got another mechanic to rebuild them for me because, yeah, I don't fuck with brakes. Because, you know, you screw with an engine, it blows up, what you do? Your car rolls to a stop. You screw with the brakes, you screw it up, you try to stop, and what do? You don't stop until you hit something. So I don't mess with brakes. So he rebuilt them for me, another $200. I said, that's it. I'm not going back to the other Blue Slip place. I'll find another place and I'll get them to install it as well, and I'll get them to track down a few other electrical gremlins, and we'll see if we can't actually get this thing passed. This thing went straight through Blue Slip, even without the front calipers being rebuilt, without them fitting the new calipers. I said, there's nothing wrong with this car. It's in absolute perfect condition. But they fitted the new brake calipers anyway, rebuilt brake calipers. And yeah, I said, can you try and track down what that noise is when you accelerate? Yep, no worries. And they went all over it. Says, we can't give you a definitive answer of what it might be. Yep, no worries. But at least now I had a Blue Slip. And I went to the RMS. I got Rego, another $1,000 down the train, down the drain. At least now I had Rego on this car. I could drive the damn thing. Well, I decided to try and track down a few other little electrical gremlins. I got no reverse camera, even though this car comes with a reverse camera. There's no reverse camera. And I can't remember now. It's been too long. There was something else though. Oh yeah, the driver's window decided it wasn't going to play ball anymore, even after I installed a new switch. So I asked the auto electrician at this other place, can you track down why these issues are happening? No worries. Turns out window motor was buggered on the window, and the reverse camera module right there was stuffed. I couldn't be asked replacing either of those, so I just left it for now. I said I'll get 2 days later. I wanted to try and figure out what this noise was once I accelerated. I decided to take a punt on what the noise could be. It could either now be a front diff or a transfer case. And I was hoping and praying it was a transfer case, because that was at least easier to get to. Someone mechanically minded could have one out in half an hour. I'm not really that mechanically minded. It took 6 hours to get the thing out. We pulled him out. We got another one for $300 off the Rackers. And we pulled the old one out, put the new one back in with the help of a mate. Thank Christ, I have mates who know what they're doing with a spanner. So we put the new one in, and I gave it a good hard boot. I gave this thing a good hard boot to see if she did the noise again. It worked. Absolutely worked. It was the transfer case all along. So I basically did CVs, front diff bushes, new front drive shaft, service to everything, service the gearbox, service the old transfer case. Nothing worked. It was the transfer case itself because Ford, in all their wisdom, decided to use a BMW X5 transfer case of the same year when they brought out the Territory. And guess what issues the BMW X5 are known for? Stretched transfer case chains. That's what was happening here. Because the Barra motor has the same power as the BMW X5, it's going to have similar issues. And I put a video up on TikTok saying, what's this noise? What's this noise? And it's just blown up. It's got about 10,000 views at the moment, about a dozen shares apparently saying, oh, my Territory does the same thing. What the hell? So it's absolutely 100%. It was a transfer case. So went to celebrate. I went and got this a cut and polish, and it looks absolutely bloody fantastic, I've got to say. It looks absolutely fantastic. I'll give you a walk around. Here we are, nice and shiny. They come up real good. There's a couple of little stone chips, but that's still to be expected of a car of this vintage. Ignore that. I've got center caps coming, so just ignore that. But that is a wrap. Nice and detailed on the inside. Right now, I'm hungry. If you watch my Musso video, you know exactly where this is going. If you haven't watched my Musso video, go watch my Musso video. Oh, go away. No, not talking there. Come on, go. car. Oh my God, I've been waiting for this. This is my reward for fixing a project car, getting a project car on the road. See you guys really soon. Oh, we've got it. We've got it. Look at this. Yes. Oh, oh, yes. Victory. Victory. Alright guys, that's all she wrote for this one. There's a bunch of thing I've left out. And the GoPro decided to die on me, I just lost my train of thought. But, nah. Whatever. It was just an expensive lesson, really. That's what it was. But I didn't mind, you know, it's whatever. I learnt not to get carried away, you know. Dangle a carrot in front of me. I'm not going to bite that one. Not without looking at it, you know, what I'm getting into. But this car is now done. There's a few small things that's left, but the brake pedal adjustment switch, I've got to put that in, but I can't be asked doing that. Brake, not the brake, the reverse camera module, that's $40 from Rackers. I can't be asked doing that. I don't know how to reverse camera, I know how to reverse it. So, yeah, now this car's basically ready. I'm going to put it up for sale tonight. It goes up for sale. That's it. Project done. Victory. Cheers, guys. Have a good one. Oh, yeah. That's a wrap. Let's go buy another project car. Forgot to add, guys, just before we go, that this territory here is going to be the start of a new series. Keep a lookout for it. It's called 4 Cars into a Brand New Mustang Convertible. Look out for it.